Okay, let's move ahead. This one I thought was kind of comical. It's also from the National Post. Indian from India, refugee claimant stories strikingly similar to 200 others who used the same consultant. You know what the most surprising part of this is? Is that somebody caught it. But even though it was caught, they're all using the same fake story. If we can scroll down, we'll see the fake story. He'll still get to stay in Canada. So even though they know the story is baloney, they know at least 200 other people are using the same story. Those 200 other people are using the same immigration consultant, so we know where they're getting fed this story. He's still going to get another kick at the can from the Immigration Review Board. It's wild. Can we just scroll down so we can show this story? So, a young Indian man denied refugee status in Canada because his story is being framed for his friend's murder is strikingly similar to 5 people who traveled here with him and nearly 200 others who employed the same immigration consultant, and yet he's won another chance to stay in Canada. Parwinder Singh took the decision from Canada's Refugee Appeal Board to a federal court judge to review. This goes to Richard's point. We've got a problem with the judiciary. The judge granted the review and sent Singh's case back to another decision maker at the Division for Reevaluation. This is what the judge said. Although narrative similarities, oh my God, between claimants may reasonably ground a negative credibility inference, can we just say it's a lie? Why do we have to talk like this? Discrete or incidental similarities in sentence structure and vocabulary do not in and of themselves impugn a claimant's credibility. So he's saying they're used, like the immigration review people are saying, not only are they telling the exact same story of being framed for a friend's murder, but they're also using the same sentence structure, like it's so rehearsed. And the judge is saying that using the same sentence structure doesn't mean they're all telling the same story. I believe it does, by the way. Asylum narratives are not exercises in creative writing, and lack of prosaic originality should not be confused for falsehood, fraud, or the deliberate plagiarism of another person's story. I believe actually it does mean that. In this case, Rad put form over substance in its analysis of Singh's narrative. Its conclusion that the narrative is not genuine is therefore unreasonable. This is crazy.
You know, Sheila, I might be going off on a tangerine here, but you know who I kind of feel sorry for is the immigration consultants and lawyers, because in the day and age of AI, who needs them to give copycat advice? So the next time a Parwinder Singh comes to Canada and needs to come up with a strategy to remain in Canada, why spend a couple of grand on a consultant or lawyer? Why not just go to AI and say, what am I supposed to say? Especially since we know the court will buy it, even though they realize this is a copycat excuse. And as you would say, using a whole lot of fancy $3 words to say, you're lying. But you know what? We're going to give you a pass.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even believe that a judge sent this to review, because even in his decision, he says they are all telling the same story. It's all coming from this one immigration consultant, and it's so bad that they're using the same sentences. And the judge is like, we need to send this back for review. No, send them home. That's all we can do. We have to send them home.
But wouldn't you agree, if the consultant or lawyer is too lazy to craft a unique narrative, then, you know, just copy and paste from AI, right? I mean, that is what stands out right away. But, you know, the bigger picture, of course, and the more serious issue is the judicial system buying this, even though they know deep down it's bogus.
Yeah. What do you have to do to get deported from this country?
Oof.
What do you have to do? Like, could somebody tell me what you need to do to get deported from this country? Because you can be trying to molest 15-year-olds, and the judge will still sort of tweak his ruling so that you don't have to go home. You can lie to get inside of the country from India. Why are we taking refugees from India, by the way? That's the world's largest democracy. Why are we taking refugees from India?
Sheila, I saw firsthand how ludicrous it's getting. We have a character out of East Gwillimbury, Ontario. His name is Wasuddin Akbari, very well off. And he's already been found convicted of uttering death threats and property damage. You see, he ranted about this dream he had, which he openly told a BMW sales representative that he was going to blow up every Toronto synagogue and kill as many Jews as possible. He said, "Look at my face. You're going to see it on every news telecast." And Sheila, this was the most astonishing excuse I've ever seen from his lawyer. And I wouldn't hire this lawyer to try to get me out of a parking ticket, quite frankly. You see, the reason why Mr. Akbari said that is he thought he'd get a discount on his new BMW that he was looking at. Yeah, so is that car buying tips 101? If you think the sales rep is down pat with the genocide of fill in the ethnic group, then profess genocide and he'll knock 10% off the sticker. This is crazy. And I just wonder, is Justice Prucci, who's a really good judge, great lawyer, when he's sentenced on the 28th of this month to what I hope will be jail time, is he going to buy that? Because this guy, by his own words, should be behind bars. But that's where we are. We are in Canada right now, Sheila.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, imagine being in such a bubble that you think that expressing genocidal tendencies will get you a better deal on a car. Like that, imagine, but this is Canada. And the calls to genocide are just mainstreamed, right? They're called resistance and free speech.
Yeah, but you know what? Then again, Sheila, we live in a dominion where back in 2016, almost 10 years, Omar Khadr, our homegrown Al Qaeda terrorist who killed a U.S. serviceman and partially blinded another, he was given a $10.5 million check for what? Experiencing hurt feelings in Gitmo Bay. So once you achieve that benchmark, is it any wonder we're so lenient on terrorism and terrorists?
No. And his torture, Omar Khadr's torture, was sleeplessness.
Yeah, because I believe the mat wasn't thick enough. I'm not
Oh,
making this up. I think that was one of the arguments. And of course, the Justin Trudeau Liberals said, yeah, but if we fought this in court, it would have cost more than
right.
10.5 million. Oh, knock me down with a feather. Suddenly the Justin Trudeau Liberals are fiscal conservatives. Are you kidding me?
By the way, you know who they didn't have a problem fighting in court was our veterans who
No.
were injured by the likes of Al Qaeda.
Excellent point, Sheila.
Yeah.